Now, stakeholders have called on Nigerians, especially eligible young voters, to desist from electoral violence and vote buying. The Executive Director, Center for Peace Advocacy and Sustainable Development, Igweshi Austin, made the call in Abuja in a town hall meeting on electoral violence prevention. Zainab Akogun tells us more.
Few days to the general election, awareness and sensitization was carried out in Nyanya community in the Federal Capital Territory to enable a free and fair election. At the town hall meeting on electoral violence prevention in Abuja, the Executive Director, Center for Peace Advocacy and Sustainable Development, Igweshi Augustine, said that the campaign is to address issues of violence, vote buying and other vices that have characterized the political and electoral processes since Nigeria returned to democracy.
We are targeting Nyanya community to enable them to have a peaceful election. So we have two specific objectives: to sensitize them on violence-free election as well as on peaceful coexistence. Any youth who happens to use himself or herself as a tool to perpetrate electoral violence I would describe such youth as somebody who do not have a future to advance. Our target are the communities. We see that sometimes because of lack of education, they are vulnerable. Because of their vulnerability and they are very vulnerable, they can easily be used to perpetrate electoral violence. That's why we are targeting them, to exercise them, for them to understand the importance of peaceful election.
Some of the clerics advised youth to shun violence. They also kicked against ethnicity and tribal politics.
Common action for peace is the hallmark of our foundation. It is indeed crucial for strengthening diversities, respecting differences, building the capacities of faith leaders and their communities in interfaith dialogue for peace. The Nigerian youth, rather than involving in thuggery, can be a source of encouragement to the voters during this election by assisting the security agencies personnel during the forthcoming election in ensuring the polling units are safe with no intimidation and harassment of voters.
Also speaking, an educationist, Igwe Blessing, spoke on the role of women and mothers as an advocate against voter apathy.
The conversations, will ensure that you have a much more peaceful society, because the truth about it is that our mothers at home are very much important and very critical stakeholders in terms of development of the country and the community at large. It would make good sense to have women in terms of ensuring that this sensitization that is happening is trickled down to them, so that they also have the opportunities to also sensitize their family, their words, and their peers as well.
Others urge youth to vote candidates for national interests.
Actually, from what I've deduced so far is what you are preaching is exactly what is replicating here. From the first speaker down to the last person within the community, they understand. Even the community people said they don't want a situation whereby somebody will only come to the community during an election and come and share money and drug for the child, for the youth to go and snatch the ballot board. The only thing they want is a credible candidate that is going to give them the dividend of democracy at the end of the election, not somebody that will jettison and abandon them after the election to their fate. They want somebody that will transform their environment, that will bring the desired result of a dividend of democracy to their environments.
The theme for the meeting is community sensitization, pathway to violent-free elections and peaceful coexistence. It encourages non-violent and peaceful conduct of the 2023 general elections through advocacy and community organizing.